Hello everybody, here we got another question right from Wine Magazine. Difficulty level is medium. All that we need to do is, let's go through the question first. Here it says find all wineries which produces wines by processing aromas of plum, cherry, rose or hazelnut, right? So we need to look for these aromas, okay, in the description. In data there is one column given which has description, and into that somewhere it would be mentioned, but there is certain condition. To make it more simple, here it tries to explain it. Look only for singular form of mentioned aromas, okay. So hint, let's see the hint which will help us to understand it further. It says if one of the specified word is just a substring of another word, this should not be a hit but a miss. So what it means is, let's say let me take you this. So let's say if this is the description which has been given, right, this is the, and into that we want to look for rows. So if something is given like this, see rows as an independent word, then we need to find that. Then it should tell you, it should give you a match. If this is written as something like nice, sorry, let's say something like this, nice rows. So you see rows is present into this complete text, but that is present as a substring, right, as a part of this complete string. So this should not be a match, this should be a mismatch, okay. They should not be found as a match. So here it gives the example: hot, titanic and simple, which cherry jam and currant flavors accompanied by high tart acidity and chill pepper alcohol hit, right. So into this, if you see, cherry is given over here and this is an independent word, so this should be a hit for us, means this should be coming in our output, okay. Therefore the winery Bella Piazza is expected in the result. So this particular description belongs to this particular winery, right. So whenever we write the query, it should be found as a match, right. So I hope that it was clear. Now before we proceed further, let me show you a glimpse of the data. Here is the one row from data. Now here you see the description. Here the description is given. We need to look for these words here, what we have, what has been given over here, right. These words we need to look into this description, okay. And we need to produce, in final output we only need to produce the matching winery name of the matching records, okay. So let me try to explain you, help you understand it very quickly. For better understanding, here what I have done is I have created a sample data which has only two records and two columns. So first column is winery, second column is description. Let's try to find out of these two description which one is having a word called blackberry, okay. So let's try to find that. So let's say into df I'm going to create another column which is called match, and into that I would say df, which is the column we want to search the text in description, okay. So let's say description. All right, then there is a function which is called contains, but this function will not work because description is a series. This function works on string only. So for that what we need to do is we need to use str, okay, and then contains. And in contains, whatever that you want to search for, you can just write that into the double quotes, right. So let's write blackberry is something which we want to look for, right. So and we need to put this as a raw string. Now let's see what the output says. For that we will just run this, okay. So now if you see here, for the first record it says true, for the second record it says false, because in the first description we have blackberries, in the second we don't. So hope this was clear. Now let's take another situation, okay. For betterment, let me just say reach, okay, and over here I would say blackberry, right. This is what I'm going to say now. So here we've just found the blackberry. Now for, let's say I have this thing written in capital letter, right. Now if you try to find, we are not getting that, right. You see, it says false. We don't have a match for this. So what is the solution for that? In that case, what is the solution? Tell me that quickly. Okay, so for that there is a solution. What we can do is, first, this is the description. We need to convert that. What we are looking for, that is in a small letter. Either you write this also in capital letter, or you convert whole string in small letter. So I'm going to choose the second one, where I will convert whole string in the small letter, right? So for that, again, there is another string function which is called lower, right? Keep in mind, this lower will also not work directly on description. So whatever series that you want to use on, you need to convert that into the string by using str function, and then on that you need to use the lower function. But this again becomes the series, right? So again we need to convert it into the str, so that we could use contains function. Now if you run this, despite of having this written in capital letter, it is showing you as a match. Hope this was clear to you. Now let me just convert it in small letter, convert it back into the small letter. Now there is another problem. If you notice, previously it said that it should not be a substring of a word, right? So for example, you see it is written like this: round blackberry. Now if you see, both of these two words are together. Let's run this and let's see if it gives a match. It still says a match, while it should not be. We don't require this. In this condition we need to say that it's not a match, right? So how to figure out that? So for that, what you might be thinking is, just give a space over here and space over here. Then in that case it will look for only independent words, right? Let's try to run this. So here it says false, which is okay, right? Here this is not an independent word, so that's why it is not giving a match. So to fix that, if you see this and if you run this, here it gives a match, right? Bingo, it is sorted. But here is the thing. Let's think. I mean, something like this we don't want to have, right? But let's take another situation where there could be a situation where it is written like this. You see, it is like this. So this is connected to inverted comma, right? I mean, sorry, quotation. It is along with quotation, but this is an independent word. It's not a substring. In that case, let's see what happens. It says false because we have given blank space at both of the side, right? So it's not giving us a match. So what to do in that scenario? So for that, there is another case. The best recommended way is to use the boundary regular expression. So you don't have to do anything, just put /b, and at the end also put /b, right? So here it might be confused, it might be looking confusing for you, right? But don't get confused, because see, this b is independent from blackberry, okay? So you just need to put /b at the beginning and at the end of this word which you are looking for. Now you run this, it says true, right? Despite of this being selected. Now even if you put space over here and run this, it says true. Doesn't matter whatever you do, right? So this is also sorted. Now let's say we have to look for more than one word. Here we were just trying to look for the blackberry. Now what if we also want to look for reach? Or maybe we want to look for, what is the word that we can say? Let's say we want to look for plenty as well, right? So let's try to put that. So how can we find that? So for that, there is this pipe. You can use this pipe after that word. Remember, not after this boundary b, but just after the first word, okay? And put it over here. Now you need to enclose both of these two words in a parenthesis operator. Now have a look, have a careful look over here, like you can see over here, right? So this is how you require it. Now let's just run this. So you see over here, you get match for both of these two. This is exactly what you have to do. Now in the final output, you need to produce only binary for the true cases, right? So for now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove this plenty so that we could get only one match, right? And now we need to put a filter into this, right? So here I'm going to say description, no, not description, but the match should be equals to true. All right, and so this gives us the first row. Now after that, what we require is we require only one column, which is winery. Now let's run this. Here is what we got. So this is the code which we need to run. It's as simple as that. Now let's take this and go back over here. Though here I have already written this, so I'm just going to remove this. And here, this is our data frame. I'm going to just store that into a df, right? So that I don't need to change that into the code, right? And now let's just try to run this. So here it is written as blackberry, but what we need to look for is these words, right? Here it says plum, cherry, and this words. I don't know how to pronounce this, so I'll not do that. Okay, and then let's just come back over here quickly and replace the blackberry with all of these things, right? So instead of comma, we need to have pipe, or is also not going to work, right? And this thing. Now let's just try to run this. Here's what we got. You see here we got the answer. Now let's try to check if that is correct. Let me remove this. Okay, now I believe the code is pretty much visible to you. Right, now let's run this. Let's check. So it says it is correct. The answer is correct, all green, right? You see, so this is how we solved this particular. This was very important. This was something which can be very useful on job and could be tricky in the question, right? Usually when you try to find something now, then it looks for the substring also, but here we wanted to look for an independent word. So main highlight over here was this boundary regular expression. So please always keep this thing in the mind. I just hope that it was easy and simple explanation for you. Just in case of any doubt, put that into the comment section. If you really liked it, give a thumbs up, share it with your friends so that it could be helpful for them as well. And please, for our motivation, do not forget to subscribe this. Thanks once again. Wish you very good luck.